Photosynthetic pigments are substances which absorb a certain wavelength of light only, and so as a result they reflect others. You have many types of these pigments so that you can absorb as much light as possible from the visible light section on the EM spectrum. These photosynthetic pigments are located in the chloroplast. This is a photosynthetic pigment. This little thing here looks like a funnel. This is called a photosystem. Here is the light. It strikes the photosystem. The light travels down the funnel-like structure and it hits the PPRC. Just call it chlorophyll A. And 2 electrons are excited from the magnesium atom in the porphyrin ring. These little squares here in different colors, they're accessory pigments. This white space here is your stroma, and that's like your thylakoid membrane. If you want the bigger picture, this is all in the chloroplast, just on one thylakoid membrane. It's on the thylakoid membrane on just think of it like this is on one of these little discs here. You need to know what a chloroplast looks like. I've drawn a diagram here. Outer membrane, intermembrane space, inner membrane. That's called the chloroplast envelope. The white space in here is the stroma. The inner membrane is folded. The inner membrane is folded into lamellae. The lamellae is folded into these discs. They're called thylakoids. The thylakoids are stacked on top of each other. That's called a granum. Many of these granums are called grana, and each granum is connected by an intergranal lamellae. What are the adaptations? Chloroplast envelope keeps everything close to the reaction site for full photosynthesis. The thylakoids have a large surface area to volume ratio so that you can absorb much light as possible. And there are lots of ATP synthase on the thylakoid membrane. On this thing here, like this white space here, it's longer, but I haven't drawn it on. There's lots of ATP synthase, which can produce a lot of ATP from substrate level phosphorylation in the light dependent stage of photosynthesis. This is just a summary of the photosynthetic pigments. So you can either have carotenoids or chlorophyll. In the carotenoids, you can have xanthophyll, carotene. In the chlorophyll, you can either have chlorophyll A or chlorophyll B. Within chlorophyll A, you have 2 photosystems, which are these. Photosystem A and B, they look identical. What am I saying? Photosystem 1 and 2, they look identical. You can't tell the difference by appearance. Photosystem 1 has a peak absorption of 700 nanometers of light. Photosystem 2 has a peak absorption of 680 nanometers of light. And both of these have a peak absorption of 400 nanometers. That's that. Hope you enjoyed.